Good afternoon, and welcome back to Field One here at Palmasola on opening day in year 6 of the FGCL. We've got game 1 of 2 here this weekend between the Pioneers and the Manatee Sea Cows. First year in the summer for the Sea Cows, the 6th year as the head coach for the Pioneers' leading lady, Erica Beach. You see her right there at the lineup exchange with the head coach for the Sea Cows, Brett Sauerwein, and it'll be a fun debut between these two squads. And we're excited that you're here along with us. Gray Robertson from the Crimson Tide Sports Network, SEC Network Plus, Softball America, sporting the shirt, shout out to Tara, and everybody else with the FGCL here with you in the booth alongside producer, scoreboard operator, professional note taker, bucket hat wearer, and all around lover of softball, Gracie Ashley. And we are just kicking it up here in the booth. We're excited to hear from you. So if you're tuning in, let me know that you're watching. Let me know that everything is square. You can tweet me at Gray, G-R-A-Y-A-Y, _ Robertson, G-R-A-Y _ Robertson. Shoot me a tweet. Let me know where you're watching. Let me know how you're tracking. And tell us who you're pulling for, who you're watching and keeping track of here on this opening softball day on this Friday, June 13th. Sea Cows will be the designated away team for both games of the series. The Pioneers are the home squad, so let's introduce you to the first year FGCL team, the Manatee Sea Cows, and their starting lineup, again, coached by Brett Sauerwein, leading the way for Manatee. Coco James, the shortstop, will lead things off with Riley Fennell, the center fielder, batting second. Tara Vandewater, the catcher, is batting third. Breer Bond, third base, in the cleanup spot. Chinson Bien, the Baylor Bear, is in right field, batting fifth, with Taylor Rogers, the first baseman, in the sixth spot. Rayleigh McKinney, left field, will hit seventh. Brooke Watson, the second baseman, is batting eighth. Allie Bunch, the extra hitter today, in the 9-hole. And batting 10th, remember we can do that here in this league, is the DP, Allie Boardwine. And they'll be taking on in the circle for the Pioneers, the righty freshman last year out of Las Cruces, New Mexico, member of the Lobos. Caprice Barella was All-State in high school, Centennial High, back in 2023. Got a little bit of work with New Mexico this past season. 5.88 ERA, 25 innings, 29 hits, 27 runs, 21 earned, 16 walks, and 19 strikeouts for Caprice. We'll be underway in just a moment as we get ready for first pitch. Sea Cows and Pioneers, the first of 2 this weekend between these squads here on Field 1 at the FGCL. Pioneers take the field ready to go defensively for the first time this summer, and here is the defensive alignment for the SUA Pioneers, again coached by the Hall of Famer, Erica Beach. In left field, Jet Harrell will be getting the start. Haley Love is in center. Gwen Hall in right. Leah Sims at third. Caitlin Ty at short. Katie Shea at second. Maddie Baker at first. And Gabby Evans back yet again for the Nears behind the dish, catching the balls and strikes for Caprice Barella. And as per usual with the Nears, they've got the speaker ready to go. As we get things started, game 2 of our triple header here on Field 1. Game 1 earlier today, the Squeeze run-ruled the River Mocs 8-0 in 5. It was a dominant showing of pitching and well-rounded offensive work from their lineup. Basically, everybody got on base. A ton of folks had RBIs. It showed why the Squeeze are a contender. And we'll see if we can get an early glimpse at maybe some other contenders here in the second game of the day on Field 1. Coco James from UCF will start things off. Freshman last year out of Riverside, California. Interviewed her on Softball America after the Knights went to Tucson, Arizona and won a road series against, at the time, a top 10 Wildcat squad. Coco had a good year for Cindy Ball Malone. Hit .241, 11 RBIs, a homer, 5 doubles, .277 OBP. And she will start things off here in the top of the first for the Manatee Sea Cows. First pitch high, ball 1. A lot of hard fouls here on Field 1 to start the day, 1-1. With the FGCL here with you in the booth. 2-2. Wind still blowing in here at Field 1 on a hot, muggy day. And a nice hot start for Barella in the circle. Strikeout to begin here in the first. Well, earlier today we honored the first true great ace in the FGCL, Taylor Gilmore, pitched for the Pioneers for 3 summers. I'm sure she's watching on as Barella goes to work against Riley Fennell, the Clemson Tiger, back to the circle. There's out number 2. So they're clear for the newest Creighton Blue Jay, Tara Vandewater. Played her freshman season at Oklahoma State. Mainly utilized as a pinch runner, was 1 for 4 with 8 runs. Very talented youngster. He's going to make a lot of big moves with the Jays in 2026. First saw Tara at the Alliance All-Star Game last summer. Winterset, Iowa native. Comes from an athletic family. Both parents played college sports. Brother played college baseball at Benedictine University in the NAIA. Was a top 10 recruit. And staying alive here against Barella. Swing and a miss. All righty, Caprice Barella, welcome to the FGCL. Couple Ks in the top of the first, and we head to the home half. First chance for the Nears to hit when we return. We go to the bottom of the first. Here's the starting lineup for the Pioneers, coached by Erica Beach in her 6th season, leading the way. Caitlin Ty, the shortstop, leads things off, with Gwen Hall, the right fielder, batting second. Sydney Lamont, the today, the extra hitters, in the 3 spot, with Kendi Shea, second base, batting 4th. Leah Sims is at 3rd, hitting 5th. 6th spot occupied by Gabby Evans, the catcher, with Maddie Baker playing 1st, hitting 7th. Jet Harrell, left field in the 8th spot. Haley Love, center fielder, bats 9th. And Caprice Barella, I believe, will be hitting for herself in the 10 hole. She is the pitcher. And they'll be facing in the circle Katie Rearley, getting the start for the Sea Cows. Portaling from Mercer, Townsend, Georgia native. Redshirt junior last year for the Bears, where she had a 7-2 record in the circle, 3.52 ERA. 59 2/3 innings, 78 hits, 32 runs, 30 earned, 13 walks, 36 Ks. And she starts with ball 1 to Caitlin Ty, out of Western Michigan. Edwardsburg, Michigan native. Played a good bit for the Broncos, and our friend Bill Shipman, their assistant, as Ty pops it up. Catch made for the first out, which is a good reminder to let you know who's playing defense for the Sea Cows. Outfield, you've got McKinney in left, center occupied by Fennell, right field is VN. Over at third, Urban, James at short, Watson at second, Rogers at first. And behind the dish is Vandewater, as she frames that up well for strike 1 on Gwen Hall. Freshman last year for McNeese. Hall from Roland, Arkansas. Hit .214 in 2025 with 5 RBIs, a homer, 3 doubles, a .313 OBP. The 1-2 from Rearley. Oh, good off-speed pitch, 2-2. Scorer Gracie liked that pitch. Full count. Ball 4. One out walk for Gwen Hall. And the first base runner of the day for the Nears. As we take a look at the Hall of Famer Erica Beach in the third base coaching box. 6th season for the Pioneers. Previous head coach at New Mexico. Assistant at Ohio State. All-American at Arizona State. Getting a look at Green Bay's Sydney Lamont. Big cut, 0-2. Lamont back again in the FGCL after a solid season with the Phoenix. Hit 232, drove in 17. 2 homers, 6 doubles for the sophomore last year. Reached for that one, popped up. Catch made at first by Rogers for the second out. Opportunity now for Kennedy Shea, incoming freshman, going to Georgia Southern. Takes it low for ball 1. Plant City, Florida native. Trying to get herself ready for college ball here in the FGCL. Two and oh. First base coaching box occupied by Lorelei Depew. Finished her career recently at Rutgers. Played for years with the Pioneers under Erica Beach. Ball 4. Second walk of the inning. 2 on, 2 out. And Leah Sims. Oh and 1 on, speaking of Rutgers, the Scarlet Knight, who was a freshman last season from Kenilworth, New Jersey. Got a lot of fun facts about Leah. So stay tuned for that. The 0-1. That is looped and fair. That's a fair ball. The Nears will get on the board. Hall will score. And it's an RBI for Leah Sims. 1-0 Nears. Hall hurried home. That'll be an RBI single for Sims. And a chance for even more for the Pioneers here in the first. Gabby Evans. Strike 1 to another returning Near. Portaling right now from Ball State. Started her career at Michigan State and Western Michigan, then Ball State. Looking for a new home for one final year. Stopped at third. Nice job at the hot corner by Bria Urban to limit the damage. Just 1 run in for the Nears. And we'll see how the Sea Cows can answer as we go to the second here on Field 1. Sea Cows looking to answer here in the second inning. 1-0 Pioneers. Four, 5, 6, Urban, Bien, and Rogers against Caprice Barella. And a first pitch strike to the player from Omaha, who's also from Omaha. Hometown Omaha, Nebraska, plays for Omaha. Sophomore last year hit .339 for the Mavs. 39 hits, 17 RBIs, 5 doubles, 24 runs, an impressive .472 OBP. Ooh, boy. It's a nice 0-2 pitch, 1-2. You want those 0-2 pitches not to be in the zone, but you want them to be tasty, and that's one of those that was quite tasty. Good take by Urban. Now the 1-2. Waited on that and fouled it off. Of course, Omaha in Urban's freshman year had that great run to the Columbia Regional Final as the 4 seed. Was oh so close to getting to Super Regionals. Cameron Meyer, the great ace on that squad. Good battle from Urban. I'm sure pleasing to the head coach for the Manatee Sea Cows. You see it on your screen. Brett Sauerwein leads the way at State College of Florida. Previously spent time at McKendree and also Florida Southwestern with my pal Robert Iamurray. Oh, Burrell is feeling it. Third strikeout, 1 down. They're clear for the Baylor Bear, Jensen Bien. Huntsville, Texas native. Did not play in 2024. 2025 had an RBI without recording a hit. And even though she was 0 for on the season, her OBP was .320, so a lot of quality at-bats. Figuring out a way to make an offensive impact by hook or by crook, and trying to do something for the Sea Cows here in the second. Barella's just not letting anything happen. 2-1. You can probably hear it on the mic. Wind blowing hard in here today. Homers are going to be tough. But doubles, you can probably find that. Vian will head for second. First hit this summer for the Sea Cows. Runner in scoring position with 1 out. That was really nicely struck by VN. Got something a little elevated. Didn't do too much. Just hit it square. Found a gap. Taylor Rogers will try and answer. 1-0 Nears, but a risp moment for the Sea Cows. Nice change on Taylor Rogers, the portaling Mercer Bear. Sophomore last year from Lake Mary, Florida. This is in foul ground. Ooh, VN maybe got a little antsy off second, but she'll retreat back after the catch by Sims. Rayleigh McKinney trying to take advantage of this opportunity. Southeastern University rising junior. And she skies this one. This could be trouble. Oh, it'll drop. And VN came in to score. And that'll just be one of those weird, kooky RBI singles. 1-1 your score. Nobody touched it. It just fell. Probably not how Rayleigh McKinney drew it up, but it'll work. It's 1-1 now. And good on VN to not stop for a moment. Up comes Chattanooga State's Brooke Watson. Fouled away. Watson out of Chattanooga, freshman last year, who hit for Chattanooga State a robust 400 with 70 of 175, 46 RBIs, 9 homers, 2 triples, 11 doubles, 440 OBP. 0-2. With McKinney over at first base. Runner goes. Beautiful throw, but the shortstop for the Nears wasn't there. Ty a little, maybe a half step late, trying to get there. Runner in scoring position after the stolen base for McKinney. Called strike 3. Nice bounce back by Caprice Barella after the kooky run that scores. We're tied up at 1. We'll see if the Nears have an answer on the other side. We journey on to the second inning. Bottom of the second with 7-8-9 due up for the Pioneers. 1-1 your score. And Maddie Baker will loop that into fair ground down the right field line. And Baker is aboard. A single for another member of the Green Bay Phoenix. Runner on first to start things off. And in steps Jed Harrell. Jed Harrell out of UTSA. Redshirt junior. Out of Clarksdale, Mississippi. Started her career at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College. Lays down a beauty. Oh, baby. What a bunt. Stuck it right down the third base line. I was about to speak of her versatility, and then she said, don't say a word, I'll just show it. 2 on, nobody out. Jed Harrell, who was just a absolute phenom a few years ago at the Clarksville Summer League. Back-to-back singles. Here's Haley Love. Strike one to the freshman last year from Georgia Highlands. Out of Hampton, Georgia. Hit .311 in 2025 with 6 RBIs and 5 doubles. Late on that swing, 0-2. On the ground to second. Nice backhand. The flip will get 1. The throw to first is not in time. They're on the corners. Well done, Watson and James. To get the speedy Harrell. And here is Caprice Barella trying to help herself out. Showed bunt. It almost led to something kooky. As I say kooky again for the delight of Gracie. Slap foul. 1-1. That'll sneak through. Baker will come in to score. RBI single for Barella. And she's just doing it all. 2-1 Nears. Caprice Barella will be lifted for a courtesy runner. Ella Dawson will come in for her. Number 9. And back to the top of the order with Kaylin Ty. She popped out in the first. She will sky this to left. Infield fly was called. It did end up in the infield. 2 down. Gwen Hall. Strike 1. Hall walked and scored in the first. If you're listening, I'd love to hear from you. You can tweet me at Gray, GRAY_Robertson. Hall looking for grass. She'll find it. That'll drop and a run will score. On the corners again. Now Hall will retreat to first. But Love comes in. Dawson is at third. And it's 3-1 Pioneers. Shout out to the wind, I think, because that made sure it dropped short of the charging right fielder, VN. Nice answer by the Pioneers. Sydney Lamont fouled out in the first inning. Now the 1-1. This Hall takes off. No throw. Stolen base. So 2 in scoring position. Erica Beach shouting instructions to Sydney Lamont. Chance for the Pioneers to really bust it open. Lamont out to center. The wind will hold it in the yard. Oh man, that looked good off the bat. But the wind kept it in the park, and we go to the third. 3-1 Pioneers here on Field 1. My lunch is here. Seagulls will answer, or at least try to, after the Nears did the exact same in the bottom of the second. Here in the top of the third, it's 9-10-1. Still facing Caprice Barella, who's been quite impressive to start. Allie Bunch, transferring currently from Barton out of Wilmington, North Carolina, went to Emsley A. Laney High School. She'll probably roll her eyes when I say this because she said everybody mentions it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Michael Jordan's high school. It's pretty cool. Green light on. For Allie Bunch. Now 2-2. laced but caught it first. Gloved with ease by Maddie Baker for the first out. Now bring up another Allie, Allie Boardwine. Another one looking for a new home after being with Oklahoma Baptist. Chickasha, Oklahoma native, last year hit 143, 15 runs scored. Foul. Boardwine trying to turn the lineup over. It's been hard against Caprice Barella. He's given up one run that was unfortunately earned. It's going to be trouble. Infield single. I think Gabby Evans played it right. She was waiting to see if it would roll foul. Problem is, this dirt can be so unpredictable. It kind of took a left turn, and by the time Gabby Evans might have had a play on it, it was way too late. Another single, and back to the top of the order with Coco James. Ball one to the UCF Knight, who struck out in the first. It's going to be tough. The throw to second is wild. They're on the corners for the Sea Cows with one out. After the E6. That one definitely scored an error. And just like that, the back and forth nature, at least in the early going, has given Riley Fennell, the Clemson Tiger, an opportunity to help her summer team out. Fennell grounded out her first time up. Those are the bases clear. This time, runners on the corners with one out. Part of a Clemson program that is, you feel like, almost ready to break through, get to the Women's College World Series. They were right there this season. It was a hit and run. And, oh, what a catch. Boardwine will come in to score. That was all kinds of tricky for Gwen Hall and Wright. But it is a sacrifice fly. And it's 3-2. Now comes Tara Vandewater. Vandewater struck out in the first inning. James still over there at first base. We'll see if she takes off. Decided not to at the last minute. Hear that wind pick up. Again, that's going to keep the ball in the yard a good bit today. And will, frankly, for a lot of a summer, I think. This is not Lakewood Ranch. The ball does not really fly out of here like it has at some other places where the FGCL is played. Good pitch, 3-1. Now the payoff. Missed, ball 4. First and second. With 2 out. On the ground to short. Flipped to second, will end the inning. But a run is in for the Sea Cows, and we'll go to the bottom of the third. Back and forth ball game, and a good one here to open this series between these two. Four, 5, 6 for the Pioneers here in the third. They lead the Sea Cows. Three to 2. Candy Shea, Leah Sims, Gabby Evans facing Katie Rearley. Good pitch, 2-2. Rearley has not thrown poorly today. The Neers have just kind of manufactured a little bit. They've utilized small ball. They've really paid off the free passes as well. Free pass was given to Shea her first time up. That was a walk in the first inning. This time it's a foul tip into the glove. Strikeout for Rearly. Her first of the summer, 1 down. Leah Sims, first pitch foul. In case you're curious, over on the other fields, give you a scoreboard update with Tom Canterbury over there. This one might stay in play. Wynn trying to say no, and then he'll get out. 0-2. Yeah, as we take a gander over on field 2, it's 2-1 Circus. Top 4. 2 outs. Circus over the Finns. Sims fights off the change. Oh, look at this. Near's changing it up a little bit. You got Erica Beach in the first base coaching box now. Lorelei Depew at third. Watching on as Sims swings and misses. Back-to-back Ks for Rearly here in the third inning. First pitch ball to Gabby Evans. Gabby grounded out in the first inning. Loved getting to catch up with her yesterday. Again, it's so fun to see the kids who've been a part of this for many years. At this point, and Gracie knows this, as well as hopefully a lot of you parents, you really get to know everybody extremely well when you're here because you're all together for a month learning about the softball lives, careers, everything. And especially when you got a kid with a big personality like Gabby Evans. It's just always fun to catch up. Oh, she went after the 3-0 and got a single through the middle. And now a runner will come in for the Nears. Let's see who it is. Lillian Berry. Nice 2-out hitting, setting up Maddie Baker. Mentioned earlier, Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin native. So she's from Wisconsin. She goes to Green Bay. But she told me yesterday she hates snow. Which, all of that seems counterintuitive, but she mainly was saying that because she's really excited to be in Florida in the summer where the chance of snow, if possible, is less than 0. Baker to right. This will be an easy catch for Vienne. Inning over. 2-out single doesn't do much damage for the Nears. They still lead it by a run as we journey to the 4th here on field 1.
probably look after.
Jensen Bien, Taylor Rogers, Rayleigh McKinney, 5-6-7 for the Sea Cows here in the fourth as I adjust the score bug for you fine folks at home. Caprice Barella still in the circle, cooking. VN hammering, but again, it's windy today. That'll be caught and right for the first out. I wish there was a way to further defend the mic from the wind. Maybe I'll move it in front of a laptop, see if that does anything, but I know you can hear it at home. Taylor Rogers fouled out to third base in the second. Our triple header continues a little bit later. Skeeters and Slice right here on field 1. Queens and Impact, the third game on field 2. And then we cycle it all up and do it again tomorrow. That's inside. 3-0. Way out in front. The throw from short will get the out. Rogers retired, 2 down. Pretty easy play for Ty, although it did have some wonky spin because Rogers was way early on the change. In steps Rayleigh McKinney, who had an RBI single in the second. That was that strange pop-up that the wind brought back. Had fall between a couple knees. Two 2-0 on McKinney. I didn't really get a chance to read some of her accolades. All Sun Conference last 2 years for Southeastern. 61 of 167 last season with 48 RBIs. 12 doubles as well. 34 runs scored. And for those without a calculator handy, don't worry, I got you. 61 divided by 167, a nice 365 batting average. Three and one now on McKinney. It has seemed that Barella has done a really good job choosing the right times to mix speeds. Payoff. Got her. Evans will throw down just to finish it off. How about a 1-2-3-4 for Caprice Barella in the circle? Really good job. And that'll keep the Sea Cows at just 2 runs. Nears will look to add to their 1-run lead when we come back. To the bottom of the fourth, 3-2 Nears, and a pitching change for the Sea Cows as Allie Bunch comes in facing 8, 9, 10, Harrell, Love, and Barella. Mentioned Bunch out of Barton in the portal right now. Jet Harrell on the ground to second, 1 down. Bunch this past year in the circle, 4.09 ERA, 5-3 record, 63 1/3 innings, 70 hits, 42 runs, 37 earned, 23 walks, and 44 strikeouts. Other changes, new catcher is Reagan Wheatley, and Vela Mansfield has come into play left for the Sea Cows. Boardwine has moved to right as well. Haley Love reached on a fielder's choice. It's now down 0-2. That was back in the second inning. Facing Bunch, who replaces Katie Rearley. Rearley went 3 innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk, and 2 Ks. Ooh, that's high. Got worried that might hit the camera. It didn't. 1-2. Out in front. Well, it was this part of the order that generated some production for the Pioneers in the second inning. But Bunch has calmed this portion of a lineup. Strikeout to get Love swinging, and there's 2 down for Caprice Barella. RBI single in the second. Good ball game between these two. Off-speed hit into the parking lot. I got to remember to park my car not near where the balls are going. 1-2. I don't know where Gracie parked. Oh. She parked in Overflow. She said, I'm going to park in a different county. Bunch trying to work through the bottom of the order. That's off the glove. And the throw to first. There's a lot of slipping and sliding going on. That'll be an infield single. And Ella Dawson will run, or I beg your pardon, will come in and hit for Caitlin Ty. Freshman last year for New Mexico. Out of Aldie, Virginia, Ella Dawson. Dawson last season for the Lobos, 10 for 47, 213 average. Did have 12 RBIs and 3 homers, including a pinch hit 3-run blast against Houston. And she smokes that to the gap. Watch out. Barella will round third. She's coming for home. She's going to be hosed, and now she might be in a rundown. Caprice Barella being tracked down and tagged out by the Sea Cows defense after a double from Dawson. Barella hosed on the way home, and we go to the fifth. Still 3-2 Pioneers. To the top of the fifth, and a new pitcher. Welcome to the ballgame, Bailey Davis, Adam McNeese. Replacing Caprice Barella, who threw really well today. But here's the lefty Davis out of Anacoco, Louisiana. Facing the bottom of the Sea Cows order, 8, 9, 10. Brooke Watson starting things. Davis last season threw just 3 2/3 for the Cowgirls. But she didn't give up anything. 4 hits, no runs. Did walk 5, strike out 2. Starting off with Brooke Watson, who struck out looking earlier. And this time she smokes middle. Nice leadoff single for the Sea Cows here in the fifth. As Davis comes in for Caprice Barella, who threw quite well. 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 1 walk, 5 Ks. Good stuff. Allie Bunch. Oh, that scoots all the way back. Wild pitch. Will send Watson to second. Other changes for the Nears. Lillian Berry is now in left. Jet Harrell has moved to third base. Valerie Combs has come in to catch, with Gabby Evans moving into the spot. And a 1-1 count on Bunch, who's 0 for 1 with a line out. Three and 1. Wind just really picking up in the last 15 minutes or so. That's ball 4, and because it's a wild pitch, easy advancement for Watson. They're on the corners with nobody out. And Combs will call time and go have a word with Davis. Allie Boardwine has already singled today. I like some of the pop that Davis is throwing with. Just right now she's missing the zone. Took a little off that. 1-2. Boardwine to left. Barry makes the catch. That's deep enough. Sac fly by the 10-hole will tie this ball game here in the 5th inning. And heads up base running by Bunch, too, to take second. Back to the top of the order. Coco James out in front of the change, 0-1. Coco's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fielder's choice. Boy, another one that allows a runner to advance. Third wild pitch of the inning. Bunch is at third base. Called strike 2-2. There's Allie Bunch. Came on the pitch in the last frame, trying to come in to score to put the Sea Cows in front. Back to the circle. And now look out. Bunch will head home. She's safe. Just froze Davis. Four to 3 Sea Cows. Davis just kind of got tied up. Really didn't make any type of decision quick enough. And the speedy James is at first. Sea Cows in front. And Fennell, who's 0 for 1 with an RBI, stands in trying to grow the lead now. Nears will have to answer like they have a couple times today. But Fennell finds left field. Good job cutting it off by Barry. But the throw got away. James will come in. She is safe. And I think Erica Beach is going to use the challenge after James came in. One moment. All right, unfortunately, as Wheatley grounds that to score another run, it's now 6-3 Sea Cows. So Erica Beach challenge, we do have a challenge system in place. The problem is the stream was not allowing me to go back. So hopefully we'll have that sorted for tomorrow. That was off the knob. That's foul ball. So Erica Beach wanted to challenge the play at the plate. I wish I could have helped her out because it was very close, but could not get the look, and now Urban smokes it to left. There's the first homer on field one. Seven to 3 Sea Cows. Bree Urban goes yard. A massive 5-run inning. And a lot of this is going to be unearned, which will be very fun for Gracie to calculate. So I believe only 2 of them will be unearned. Jensen Bien. Oh, wow. Tough hop. Second hit of the day for the Baylor Bears. That just squirted right over the glove of the shortstop, Kenny Shea. And the inning rolls on with Taylor Rogers. One to Rogers. Beautiful change, 1-2. The end goes. The throw is late. Boy, that was a really good throw by Valerie Combs, just a little tardy. Now runner in scoring position for Rogers, who's 0 for 2. Foul out and a ground out. Right through the 5-6 hole. VN will round third. Throw home wide. Now Rogers is out at second. So an RBI single. It's 8-3. Rogers out at second base. VN comes in to score. And we go to the bottom of the fifth. 8-3 Sea Cows. Nears will try and find a response when we come back. Oh boy, okay. What was that? 6 runs, 3 earned. How many hits? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. There was 1 gigantic error, and oddly, no runners left on base. Six for 12 at second base.
Who is she?
Gabriela Bonilla.
I don't have a number for her.
She's number 6.
I'll have to fix it after.
All right, Nears trying to answer here in the bottom of the fifth. Now down by 5 runs. Gwen Hall, Sydney Lamont, Candy Shea scheduled to hit 2, 3, 4 against Allie Bunch. That is right off the end of the bat, 0-2. Hall in the air. Who wants it? Long run in right field for Boardwine. 1 down. These teams will play again tomorrow. Game 2 of a 2-game series. Had to kind of shift things a bit because the practice day yesterday. Sydney Lamont is fouled out and flown out. And now she's got a base hit. First pitch single to the right, and there's a base runner for the Pioneers. Hit and run popped up. I don't know where Lamont's going. Double play, inning over. I think she thought there were 2 outs. That was not the case, and we're off to the 6th. Just the pop-out double play, and the response is wiped. We go to the 6th. 8-3 Sea Cows here on field 1. 7-8-9 for the Sea Cows as we start the 6th. And Vela Mansfield getting her first AB here this summer. Quickly 0-2 on Mansfield out of St. John's River State College, freshman last year. Hitting for Rayleigh McKinney. And out in front there, strikeout for Davis. Her first in relief. You are going to see, pretty much until the playoffs, a lot of subbing, a lot of in-game switches, get everybody an opportunity to hit and play defense, trying to get everybody as many at-bats as possible. Once the postseason comes, all bets are off. You can do whatever you want. You're trying to win that title. Strike one to Gabby Bonilla. Portaling from South Carolina State, Dobbs Ferry, New York native, and a cousin of former Pioneers pitcher Angie Bonilla. Back-to-back Ks. Tag applied to secure for Combs, and just like that, 2 down here in the 6th. Strike one to Allie Bunch. Line out and a walk for Allie. Bunch. Fair ball. Single down the right field line. 2-out production for the Sea Cows here in the 6th. Foul ball for Allie Bordwine, who's had a really good day. 1 for 1 with an RBI and a single. That good day will continue. How about the 10-hitter Allie Bordwine? Another one. 2 on, 2 out. Strike one to Coco James. Foul ball. 0-2. James is 0 for 3, does have an RBI. And she'll get her first hit of the day. Out to center field. This will score Bunch. 2-out production reigns for the Sea Cows. 9-3. And this just all happened here in these last few innings. Riley Fennell. Ooh, bamboozled by the change. 0-1. Ground out, sac fly, RBI double for the Clemson Tiger. Oh, and 2 now. In the air to left. Catch made by Barry. Side retired. 1 run in, 2 left stranded. Pioneers will need to string some things together as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Bottom 6 for the Pioneers, down by 6. They need to string some runs together. Had the lead going into the 5th inning. Valerie Combs just sent that to a different zip code, but foul, 0-1. And it is the first summer AB for Combs. Sophomore last year for Georgia Southern. Transferred there from Western Illinois. Back again in the FGCL. Asked her what she's been up to. She said she changed her major. Now majoring in finance, minoring in Spanish, wants to be working in baseball after college. Comes a little bit of a jam job. This will fall foul. Two and two. So I can see with the laptop up and running, I can see the viewership numbers. So hello to all of you tuning in. If you're watching, tweet me at Gray_Robertson. Would love to hear from you. We'll shout you out. Tell us who you're tracking, why you're here, and how you're spending your Friday. Payoff to Combs. Out to center. Not much movement. Catch made by Fennell for the first out. Well struck, but again, the wind is just knocking everything down in the outfield. So it'll be Gabby Evans. Strike one. Evans 1 for 2 with a ground out and a single. Allie Bunch in her third inning of relief. Swing and a miss. Strikeout for Bunch, her second. 2 away. And here is Lillian Berry, another returning near out of Charlotte. Redshirt sophomore last year for the Niners out of Mount Sidney, Virginia. Last season for Charlotte, had a couple RBIs on 2 hits, 381 OBP. That is crushed to the gap. That's going to be the way to get the hits today. Good throw in, but it's a double one. Actually, I spoke too soon. It'll be a throwing error. It was almost too good and just a little bit too much umph. And Barry's on third base. So Jet Harrell trying to help the Nears claw back just a bit. Error on the throw, charge to Fennell in center. Harrell lifts that to right. Boardwine thought she might have gotten burned, but instead she was there. Again, the wind helps. Runner left stranded at third base, and we go to the top of the 7th. 9-3 Sea Cows looking for insurance against the Pioneers. Sea Cows looking for more here in the 7th. First pitch off the glove of the first baseman, infield single. Lamont just could not collect the hot shot from Wheatley. And Reagan Wheatley, the portaling former Norfolk State product, has the leadoff single here in the 7th. And here's Briere Bond. Strikeout, flyout, solo homer. Out in front there, 1-1. Still haven't gotten any tweets. I know y'all are out there. Hit me up. This is how we communicate. It's just me and Gracie up here. We want to hear from you, the people. Called strike, 1-2. Third inning of relief for Davis. He's had some errors hurt her. But she gets the K on her Bond. The throw down to first. Almost got Wheatley. One down for Jensen Vien. She's had a nice ball game. 2 for 3 with a double, a single, couple runs. Now a jam job to left, foul ball. By the way, that Twitter at Gray, GRAY_Robertson. Vien will get another base hit, except it won't be a base hit. It's a fielder's choice. The classic 8-6 fielder's choice gets Wheatley, who held up in case it was caught. 2 away now for Taylor Rogers. Strike 1. Rogers 1 for 3. Foul out, ground out, and an RBI single. Part of that Mercer team that went on the great run in the SoCon Conference Tournament. Now looking for a new home in the portal. In the air to center. Inning over. Well, the Veneers will try and put together quite the rally. 9-3 Sea Cows as we go to the bottom of the 7th here on Field 1. All right, do the Pioneers have a little opening day magic up their sleeves? Have to start from the bottom of the order. 9, 10, 1. And Haley Love against Allie Bunch trying to slam the door. Ball 1. Haley Love 0 for 2 with a fielder's choice, a run scored and a strikeout. Allie Bunch, third inning of relief, has given up 4 hits but no runs on the board. And one of the bigger moments we haven't talked about, when Barella kept running after she got to third base in the 4th inning. She was then caught in a rundown, tagged out. That was a chance maybe for something really big for the Pioneers, but kind of ran themselves out of the inning. The 5th was when the Sea Cows put up the 6th spot, and this game just turned. Slow roller to second base. There's James. Oh, it got away. A bigger part in this, Bonilla, not James. That'll be a throwing error. And perhaps an opportunity. Here's Bailey Davis. Adam McNeese. Replace Caprice Barella, who threw really well early. Trying to help herself out. One and one. And if Davis can reach, I know it's a 9-3 ball game, but you'll have the top of the order due up. Dawson, who's on deck, already has a double. Just, I don't know. Feels like this could get squirrely. Oh, it got through again. Back-to-back errors. Put 2 on, nobody out. Ella Dawson doubled in the 4th. Strike 1. Striped to short. The recovery, the throw, skipped in. Pioneers get 1 in, still nobody out. Had a brief pause to discuss the scoring. That is a throwing error by James. 3 errors in the inning. They're on the corners. Gwyn Hall, who's 1 for 2 with a walk, an RBI single, and a flyout. She's also scored once. Has a chance to turn this into opening day madness. 9-4 Sea Cows, but it feels precarious. Hit and run, caught by James! Oh, the double play! That is how you wipe out a rally. In the blink of an eye, the Nears are down to their final out. Sydney Lamont will try and extend this. 1 for 3 with a foul out, a fly out, and a single. Oh, and 2. bizarre defensive inning. 3 errors and then a sick, nasty double play by Coco James. Oh, 2 misses. 1 and 2. Allie Bunch right now in line for the win. Lamont tattooed that off the hood of a car. Not mine. 1 and 2. Don't know what's happening in Veneers dugout right now. 2 and 2. Remember, coming up in just a bit, Skeeters and Slice, game 1. Full count to Lamont. Got her. Ball game. Nice job in relief by Allie Bunch. And in an inning where the defense was an issue for the Sea Cows, a double play made sure that they start the summer victorious 9-4 in game 1 over the Pioneers. They'll get another crack at it tomorrow in game 2 of this series. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We're about 30 minutes or so away from the final game of our triple header. Slice and Skeeters coming up in just a bit. Your winning pitcher is Allie Bunch. Your losing pitcher, Bailey Davis, and we'll have full breakdowns and statistical analysis a little bit later on as we get ready for the final game of the day. But the Sea Cows start 1-0 on the summer. The Nears drop to 0-1, and we'll see them battle again tomorrow here on Field 1. For producer and official scorer Gracie, I'm Gray Robertson. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We'll be back in about 30 minutes for the second game. Beg your pardon, the third game. What time is it? Of our triple header. That'll be the Slice and Skeeters. Until then, we'll see you next time from Palmasola Park in Bradenton, Florida.